Hello friends, welcome back to Odoo development tutorial video. We have been discussing about the common module structure of Odoo and the components of an Odoo module. And today we are going more detail about developing an Odoo module. Okay, so we have our Odoo Academy module in my add-ons directory. Okay, so I will explain how we can create a new business object and its views, menu, action, security, that kind of things. So first of all, when we are going to develop a business object, we must go through the ORM layer. So Odoo have a ORM layer. It's a key component of Odoo. This layer avoids having to write to most SQL queries by hand to provide extensively and secure services. Okay, so that means you don't have to write by hard code the SQL queries like create table, like values, etc., and update queries and that kind of complex queries your own. You can just just use the ORM methods to create records, update, delete, and many other purposes are there. If you want to know more about the ORM layer, you can check our blog. The blog link is provided in the video information section. So you can go there and you can check about the ORM layer in detail. So let's go into the development area. So it's our model. Now we are creating a course object, course model in our Open Academy. So we are imported models and fields API. It's not used yet. So these three things from Odoo, and we declared our class course models dot model. So we take model object from models and inherited that and used in our course class, and we put a name for this class, that is openacademy.course, and it's a description of Open Academy course. So these are the some two attributes of an Python class. So there are many other attributes like rec name, etc. So and we put two fields, this name and description. So this is fields are taken from these fields, the fields.char, fields.text, and we have many more fields, field types, like you can see here. We have binary fields, boolean, character, date, date time, float, HTML ID, etc. Okay, many to many, many to one, reference meta. There are many types of fields, and we will go in detail when we are going to use them. So and fields too have some attributes, and in this video we are not going through all of them, but we are going to discuss about some of them. Okay, common attributes. So for this name, we put one attribute is called string. We put a string is called title, and the required is equal to true, help is equal to name of the course. So what it is meaning is the fields will have a it's a character type field, and the string will be used in our user interface as a label of this field, and it will be a mandatory field, and this name of the course will be tooltip. It will be come in a tooltip when we point this name field using our mouse pointer. And this description field is a simple text field, and we haven't given any of these attributes to this field, so it will not be any mandatory field. And the label of this field will be a capitalized description. This D will be capitalized. Okay, so we can see in after how it will be presented in our user interface. So these two fields we are given, and when we discuss about the fields, there are some fields that is there are some fields that are reserved in Odoo. So those are ID. So you cannot use ID here under a class, and created date, created UID, write date, write UID. So what are these things? So ID, you may know that it's a unique identifier for a record and its border. So the create date, it's a datum field. It will contain the creation date of a record, and the create UID is a user who created the record. The next item is write date. Write date, it's a date time field. It contains the last modification date of the record. Okay, so the last item is write UID. It's a many to one field. It contains the user who last modified the record. So there are 5 reserved fields. These fields are managed by Odoo, and we cannot return into that column. You cannot update create date of a record, and if you need, you can read it, but you cannot write into that record. Okay, so and when we say the name field, this is a important field in Odoo, because Odoo will automatically take, by default, Odoo will take this field as the name of the record. Okay, so if we have a course, so Odoo will automatically take the content of this name column as the name of that record. So what if we don't have a field that is called as name? Then we will have to mention which field the system has to use as a name. So that is represented by, we have to provide rec name attribute for the class. Rec name attribute for the class. So it will override the default behavior. Okay, so if the name of this field, let's say title, we must provide title here. Then our system will take this as the name of the record. Okay, so I'm changing back to name, and this is another attribute of the class. Okay, so we have name and description. So we created a business object. Now to move into navigate into this record, we need some menus in our user interface, and we need action. So actions can be triggered in 3 ways. Okay, these are technically speaking, these are small data records, just like demo data. So when we say a menu item or a action in these are data records, and these data records triggered to just like a demo data. We will discuss that in short time. So these actions can be triggered in 3 ways. One is clicking on a menu item. Second is clicking on button in views. Like in invoice, we have a validate button. So when we click on that validate button, there are some actions that is running behind that. So we can trigger some actions using buttons from views. And another is contextual actions on object. We will discuss that later. So these are three types of triggering and three methods of triggering actions. So here we need one action, and we need some menus to navigate to this record in our user interface. So in our views, we have openacademy.xml. We have created an action and three menus. Okay, three menus for one for the top menu, top level menu, and another is sub menu, and under that we have our menu for the course. So this is the top menu. So you can see these both have the Open Academy name as Open Academy, but these have a parent. The parent is given as main Open Academy menu. So this main Open Academy menu is this menu item. Okay, so parent is defined here, and it is the child of this parent menu, and this comes under the course list. The parent is Open Academy menu, so this will come under this menu item will come under this Open Academy menu. So this is the structure: top menu, sub menu, under this Open Academy menu. And when we click on this menu, system will trigger one action. That is, we provided that action reference here. Action is equal to course list action. This is our action. Just like I said, it's a data record, and this is also data record. So this record goes to the model ir.action window, and the ID is provided here, course list action, and the field name is equal to name, and the value is courses. So the action have the name courses, and the source model is openacademy.course that we have provided here, openacademy.course. Then the field type field name view mode. So we have two different type of views for this model, tree and form, and some help HTML text content that we can show when there is no content. That's why this class is used, and with a smiling face. Okay, so this will be shown if there is no courses defined. So this action, we have three menus, and you may notice that these groups, it is to provide access to this menu item. Okay, if I don't put these things, let's see. So we have created one action, three menu items. Now these groups have, this group only have access to this area, so we must provide this group. This is not a already available group in Odoo, so we also have to create that group also. So under the security, we have created this trust.group record, group openacademy.manager, and field name openacademy.manager. So we just created a group, but we didn't mention in which data, in which record this group has access to. So for that, we are using this CSV file. You can see it's a course manager. We are providing ID, name, model ID, group ID, permission read, permission write, permission create, permission unlink in a order. Okay, so the course manager model open academy academy course group open academy manager. You notice that this group, okay, and he has access, read access, read permission, write permission, create permission, and delete permission. So permission unlink means permission for deletion. So we have provided access to our record openacademy.course. Now we have discussed about menus, creating business object, creating menus, and creating action, and providing security to access that records. Now one thing is demo data. If you want to add some demo data into our database, you can use the same method we use it for creating menu and actions. Now this is, you can see our model is mentioned here, openacademy.course, id is equal to course 0. We have to provide a external reference id that we can use in other parts of the code, and it is not the database id. Okay, it's a external reference id, external identifier, you can say external identifier, and the field name. So this value will go to our name field. Okay, and this description, course 0 description, we can use multiple lines. So this data will go into this description field, and just like that there are two more. So here the description is not given because the description is not mandatory. Record is equal to true is not given to this description field, so we can leave that empty. And the third case, it's a single line description we have given. So we have 3 demo data records that is provided here. So after doing all this, we have to make sure all these files are mentioned, all the Python files are mentioned in this import. So we have import models here. So our models will, this directory will be referred, and in this, under this model directory, the init file, and in that init file we have mentioned the models.py. So these are connected. Then we have to check our manifest file. Is it our security.xml? Here we have created our access group, and this is our access rights file. We provide the permission for read, write, and delete unlink permissions, and this is views.openacademy.xml. It's where we created our many items and actions, and we had mentioned under the demo, we mentioned demo.xml. So our demo data will be loaded. So in the database that I currently have is enabled demo data. So when we install this module, it will load that demo data. Let's check how it will work. Okay, so I already updated my app list and put a filter of Open Academy here. So in your case, if you are creating a fresh a new module, it will not be listed in Odoo. So you have to go to the apps and you have to click on the update app list and click on this update button. Then Odoo will check for all the add-ons path for modules. So add-ons path we are provided in our odoo.conf file, or odoo, in my case it's odoo.e.conf. So it's to differentiate between community and enterprise. So I have put my add-ons path, my add-ons here. Now we have this Open Academy module in my app list. I'm going to install this. So before going to the app is installation is completed. Before going to the app, I would like to say something about this. So we have open. When we come to the Odoo apps, there will be an app filter. Will be app filter. So when we write Open Academy, our module will come, but you can get more information about this module using this module info. This information are taken from our manifest file. Okay, so the Open Academy name is provided in our manifest file, and the company or the Cybersis is given, and the website is given, and the summary is given, and everything is taken from here in this from this manifest file. Open Academy for managing training, manage student enroll, and all these details are taken from our manifest file. So let's go back to our apps. So you cannot see the Open Academy menu, and it's because we haven't provided the administrator user the access to that group. So we are going to the settings, users and companies. Here is our admin. Let's see. Yes, we have our group here, Open Academy Manager. We checked. Let's refresh this window. You can see this Open Academy menu. We can also provide icon for this menu. We can like this one, we can provide icons, and when we click on this item, there is only one route into our course. It's Open Academy course, so there is no other submenus, so it directly opens our course list. So Odoo is taken our title field, okay, the name field, it is the string that we provided for the name. If we it's in our development debug mode, that's why these details are showing. Okay, name of the course, field type, name, everything is showing here. You can see this, and the course 0, these are demo data we are provided. Okay, title, description, etc. So this structure, this design, you may feel it's not that much user friendly or that much attractive. So this is taken by Odoo by default, because we haven't provided any definition for the form or tree view. So Odoo automatically took that and presented in a way. So next we are going to discuss how we can provide structure for our user interface. That means how we can create views for our business models. Here under this views you can see the openacademy.xml. Here the same file that we created our actions and menus. Here I have some records that I commented. I'm going to uncomment those records. So it's a another data record. It is going to the ir.ui.view, and it have an id course form view, and the course name is provided course.form, and the model is openacademy.course. This is binding this data into our business object, and there's a string provided course form. And now we are just commenting this part. We will get into that after some time. So we put name and description. Okay, and this is called form view, definition for a form view. And here we have definition for our tree view. Okay, so sorry, it's a search view, not tree view. It's a search view. So search view is provided for searching. So it's a basic views of Odoo: tree view, form view, and search views. Three basic views representation styles of data. So we have two items, and one I am also going to create now. Let's see. So we have three views for our openacademy.course model. This file is already mentioned in our manifest, and now we have updated that feature into our module is not upgraded. So you can see the previous view. Again, we only have the title column, and we don't have the description column here. And this is the style we have for our form view, and in the search panel we only have title. Okay, so it's defaultly taken by Odoo, the title field. Now we have provided form view, tree view, and search view for Odoo. We have a defined structure. Now let's go back to Odoo and into our apps, and let's upgrade. Let's go back to course. You can see title and description is can see more structured way of representation. This is our second demo tab. There is no description. Third one, this is description. So we have provided tree view, form view, and search view. So let's check about the search. You can see two options. We have search title for, search description for. So what have we did? Okay, so in our search we put these two. That's why there are two options in our search, and we put tree. Under the tree we have put name and description. That's why we have two columns in our tree view, and we put this under this group. That's why we have two structured method in our form view. So let's show this in another way. I'm going to place this in a what will happen when we change this form view description like this. So this notebook tag is newly added, and one page is added description, and under that page we have put the description field. So we removed the description field from this under this group, and added that under that page, notebook page, and we created another page about this. Is an example of notebook. Okay, so let's check what changes it will goes to our form view. You see, now we have two tabs under this form view. One is description and one is about, and we have the contents that we provided, and here we have the description. Okay, so this is another representation method. You can have plain text, plain HTMLs. You can use plain HTML in form view. So we in this video we covered about the business object creation, and menus, creating menus, and connecting them into an action, and creating search views, tree views, form views, and also the demo data, and little bit about the security. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.
If you are interested in knowing more about this or looking for any Odoo implementation or customization in your business, drop your request to info@cybrosys.com.